Turning on the YouTube. Boo boo doo boo dee. Bumblebee. Bumblebee. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let me make sure everything turns on okay. Controller on. Beautiful. Look at that. I'd love to see it. Yo, Bartholomew, what's up? What's up? Just making sure everything turns on. Okay, looks like the YouTube stream is up. Live on YouTube or live on Twitch. Bartholomew, always here for me. Can I share something with you that makes me happy? I don't know if that's of interest, but we got our cards in the mail. The ones I was talking about yesterday. We got our PSA graded cards. It's a Gem Mint 10 Glaceon EX. Pretty sick. And we got Mint 9 Paldea Adventure Pikachu full art. How cool is that? How cool is that? Really, really sick. Really cool. I think we did the GameStop thing on like Friday maybe or Thursday last week. And now they're here. Now they're here in real life. Now we actually have two real cards. It's pretty cool. The PSA slabs that they put them in are really, really nice. But I'm gonna probably gush about these a few times today. But you never know. You never know if someone that really cares shows up at the start and you want to just share a little moment of happiness with them. That's what I'm going for here. It's pretty cool. This one says 2024. Yeah, they both say 2024. So they're pretty nice cards from a pretty recent set. They're very popular Pokemon. So not only do I think these are great cards, but I think the further we get away from 2024, the more they'll be worth as well. Get that double bonus. And since they're already graded, there's like, it's pretty cool. It's just really awesome. It's just really awesome. The Glaceon just looks fucking sick. Excuse my French. We're playing an M-rated game, so I'm allowed to swear more. That's the law. But yeah, so there's that. Today's game plan is pretty straightforward, guys. I am going to be playing through all of the Resident Evil games again as we get ready for Resident Evil Requiem, which is coming out around my birthday next year. It's coming out the day after my birthday, which by Japanese time zones means it's coming out on my birthday. So, goes without saying that I'm a pretty big Resident Evil fan, pretty excited about the new game launching, and I really just need more excuses to play Resident Evil. So here I am. Making an excuse to play Resident Evil, when the truth is I just want to play the game. So here I am. Do we go with speedrunner controls? Do we go with original goated controls? Can see if we can do some speedrunner moves, right? Because that's always fun. I'll keep the subtitles on for the humans. Now, if I recall correctly, Mountain is hard mode, or Mountain is very hard. Or this is hard, I think, and this is normal or easy. I usually do mess this one up. I think you're supposed to go on a hike. I think that's normal mode. That's the reasonable way to play this. I'm not out here trying to cop any flack, you know what I'm saying? I got my in-game screen set up for this, but that's the plan today. So I'm just gonna play some Resident Evil. If anybody wants to come by, hang out, shoot the schneage, then hell yeah. But otherwise, just gonna be chilling. Just gonna be chilling today. Continuing to do the crazy...
Alpha team is flying around the forest zone, situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we are searching for the helicopter of our compatriots, Bravo team, who disappeared during the middle of their mission.
Haven't found it yet?
No, not yet, Brad. Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten.
10
Bravo
people
team was
eaten.
sent in to investigate, but we lost contact.
Look, Chris.
Sorry, a group of 10 people. Eating people, my bad.
Bravo team's helicopter was a derelict.
This game is so good. Yo, Cloud. Yes, it is.
Save for the remaining body of Kevin.
Not Kevin.
We continued our search for the other members, and it turned into a nightmare.
Man gets eaten by dogs in the woods. Best cutscene right here, guys. This is it. This guy watched as his whole entire team shot all their ammo, and none of it did anything to help him. Rip. Imagine if all your teammates had this bad aim.
Come on!
Good stuff. When do we get the AI generated, like, crazy HD version of this cutscene?
Where the hell's he going?
Is someone spending thousands of dollars on VO3 to turn this into 2025?
Chris, this way.
Best quote in the game right there. The entire game is on that line. It's also the single best point of voice acting in the entire game. You think about it from that cutscene perspective as well. That's a pretty ridiculously long run to go for too. That's like 2 or 3 football fields
There are only 3
just sprinting
STARS
to.
members left now. Captain Wesker, Barry, and myself. We don't know where Chris is.
What is this place?
Now
Not
I've
quite
played
your
this game.
ordinary
I've played
house,
these games
that's for
before,
sure.
so trust me.
Hey, Wesker, where's Chris?
Jill, no. You don't want to go back out there.
But we've got to find...
What was that?
Chris?
No.
Jill, go and investigate.
I'm going with her. Chris and I go back a long way.
We used to play
All right.
Fortnite together.
You two go. I'll secure this area.
Stay sharp.
No, this is all-time goated game right here.
A dining room.
Been a long time since Barry was in anything, though. And then there's not really too much.
I think you'd better take a look at this.
What
I don't
is
think
it?
there's really too much in this room to do yet. Technically, you could grab the wood medallion, but we won't need it until we come back here later. So.
Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Let's just hope it's not Chris's.
such a pretty game, and then you just have a couple of these little FMVs they do where it's just like straight up what the. But also, like his face incredibly HD as the blood drips on it, right? Then the zombie, you're like, oh well, they're clearly using some. It's clearly not quite the same. Ken had a really high quality model for a guy who did nothing other than get
What
eaten.
is it?
Look out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of it. What the hell is this thing?
I found Kenneth killed by this thing. Let's report this to Wesker.
You're not allowed to kill it this early in the game, tragically. They're not interested. They're not interested in hooking it up. That's the fastest zombie in the game. There's no zombie that moves rooms to run away from you at any point. The idea that it would get up and then walk out of the room rather than chase you is maybe one of my funny, like, it's probably the biggest plot hole in the game.
Jill, help me look for him.
There's
Let's
just
not
no,
leave this hall.
there's just
Good
no
idea.
rationalizing that. Why would it, if the zombie could get up, why would it not simply continue to come after you? This part's pretty simple. They're like, look around the main hall. So all you gotta do is just go upstairs, basically, and you go back downstairs, and that's it.
Barry.
Any luck, Jill?
No.
Nothing. What's going on around here? I can't figure it out.
Same here.
Chris, and now Wesker.
There's not much we can do. We can search for him separately.
Separately.
I'll investigate the dining room again.
Okay, then. I'll try the door on the other side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could easily get lost. Let's start from the first floor.
Okay.
Oh, I almost forgot. It's a lockpick. You'd make better use of it.
Thank you.
Thanks. I may need it.
Listen, if something happens, let's meet up in this hall. Got it?
Okay.
Right on. I mean, he goes back that way, but that's, I'm pretty sure, also where we have to go next, too. More or less, if I recall. We gotta go to the murder hallway. The speedrunner's demise. The speedrunner's demise, as they call it. And then the zombie's gonna be on like the opposite side of us, right? You just won't see him unless you go over there. Got his camcorder. What a pretty game. What a beautiful game. Instant. Need the green herbs. There's no way we're not gonna get hit, right? I don't think I'm capable of going for a no-hit run. There's like two almost unavoidable enemies in this hall. See, there's a zombie like right there. Literally just chilling. What you do? You knock him down, run past. Got the gold arrow. Now we just need to get back to the main hall. You unlocked it. Beautiful. Beautiful. We can go get the first key from the cemetery now. It's a pretty straightforward path you take in this game. I've used to do a bunch of speed runs with Jill, particularly on this route. Would do the any percentage, so not necessarily going for the full completion of the game, but basically just getting everything else. Just going for the fastest possible time. I've done the fastest possible time quite a bit instead of just a straight up other one. Did I accidentally queue this into easy mode or something? I feel like I've done that before. I'm like, I don't see any zombies here. I feel like I've completely screwed this up, right? I need to restart. Or maybe we'll just play through it. We'll just play through it and play through it again afterwards. This will be a practice run. We'll speed run it afterwards. It's a good game. Hi RPD, how you doing? Your name has some characters I can't read on my chat bot guy. I subscribe you. Nice, thanks bro. Yo, happy Tuesday. I hope you're doing well. God bless. Now, would you come down here? This is where you get the book. The book has the first key. The sword key is in here. You come back down for the boss fight, but basically our goal now is to get the 4 masks. So we have the book. We can get the key out of it. And then we get all 4 masks, and we use that to get the boss. The boss drops the ringlet that we need to put around a medallion to get out of the mansion. So the Book of Curses mostly just says something like... It's like a death note, I think. Like you write somebody's name in it, and then their head explodes randomly. Obviously, one of those like great power, great responsibility type things. Good, thanks. And you? I'm good. I haven't really played this game in a little bit, but I've probably beaten it in total a lot of times. Do I go this direction yet? I feel like there's a little... I feel like I kind of want to get the dog whistle part first and just work my way up. Right, that's got to be the move here. I feel like that's got to be the move. Dog whistle will be at the end of this hallway. Pretty sure. Yeah. You was save it this game, but you was leave the game Resident Evil. I see. Yeah, Resident Evil is it's a pretty game. It's a pretty game. I'd pick the middle difficulty option every time, not realizing that I don't know. Maybe I just usually play on hard mode, but I'm like, I don't know where the zombies are, man. I needed to pick the hardest one, I think, right? Because I did a new save. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, he went down way too fast. It's okay, I can get some practice. RE4, you save it, but very hard game. Yeah, Resident Evil 4, the remake, I think really streamlines a lot of the experience. But Resident Evil, woman mourning in front of a large crowd. But Resident Evil 4 is just like kind of a crazy game. There's so much to it. Oh, that's the lighter. The whistle is inside of the fake key, Nate. Like you use that or something like that, right? It's been a little bit. We're allowed to make mistakes, right, guys? Zombies can't attack on stairs, so they just barf. At no other point in the game do the zombies barf, by the way. They only do it on the stairs. It does not happen anywhere else. That reload was added from Resident Evil 4 to this game, actually, when they remade it. That was one of like the big things. They put a bunch of quality of life stuff over the years into this. The quick 180, the alternate control scheme. I don't really know what that's from. They were just people complaining about the tank controls, I guess. Ah, yes. So if the zombies, you have to basically cook them here. I think those two are right next to each other, so I might be able to double up. Maybe, probably not, but probably not. But we can try. Let's put that away. I think that we're okay there for now. Krauser with the knife, yeah. I think I've played the Resident Evil 4 remake probably. I don't know. I must have beaten it at least 30 maybe more times. I didn't actually fill the kerosene. My bad. But I think I've beaten that game like 30 or 40 times since it came out. That's one of my favorite games. I actually didn't really like the original Resident Evil 4 that much. I didn't enjoy playing it that much. It kind of drags in some areas, but they made a VR version of it that was really good. So I can definitely vouch for that. Let's see, will this work? Let's see. Can I get both of them at once? Sometimes you can. No, that's okay. That's okay. By burning the zombies after, you can prevent them from coming back. But they do come back very, very fierce, very scary, very mad, very upset. It really ruins their day. To be frank, it really ruins their day. Okay, and I can put these away now. We're not gonna need us for a little bit. With knife, you win the game, not shotgun. Yeah. One of the achievement runs in the Resident Evil 4 remake that they put was to beat the game using only like a pistol and a knife. The John Wick run. That's a fun way to play that game too. Leon's got such secret agent energy. The doorknob is ready to fall apart. That happens sometimes. Sometimes things fall apart. That's okay. You have a nice day too. There's a guy here, right? No! Gotta run. Oh! Love that. Get an air horn. Get an air horn in for that. Very important. We need the armor key. That's the one that we're gonna get from the dog. Well, the nice thing about headshotting him is that we don't have to burn him. He's gone forever. And this is where we get the shotgun, and Barry saves us, right? It's a very, very important moment here. An acrid smell permeates the air. What is that like? Smell of lead paint or something? Acrid. Something burnt. Does burnt paint smell acrid? My vocabulary game, I need to work on it a little. I thought acrid's it's not quite like musty. It's like, it definitely means that there's a funky smell. Oh no, I'm gonna get smashed. I'm gonna get crushed. I'm gonna be pulverized. The door won't open.
Oh God, what did I do now?
I'm gonna be crushed. I'm gonna be
Wesker!
crushed into a
Barry!
panini.
Help!
Jill, you in there?
Barry? Get me out of here! The door's jammed!
Stand back! Grab my
Yeah, so
hand.
this is where the main character gets crushed into a panini. And then they escape. It's beautiful.
Barry.
That was a close one.
You're playing RE2 at the
A
moment. The
second
remakes
late,
are great.
would've
Hey,
fit nicely
G1.
into a sandwich.
I agree, man.
Really? Thanks.
My
But
wife
Barry,
said
didn't
she
you say
wanted
you
me
were
to
going back to the
wanted to
dining
watch
room
me
to find
play
other
Resident
clues?
Evil 2 remake
I'm glad
again.
and all, but why are you here?
I just had something I wanted to check.
He said to check
Anyway,
some emails.
we should get back to searching for Wesker and Chris.
Thanks, Barry.
And I was
owe you
like,
one.
Don't mention it.
I do need to play and stream Resident Evil 2 remake again. But I thought to myself, well, okay, let's get some RE1, and I'll go through the games in order again. Get some good practice. I haven't played through this game in maybe a year or two. I probably played through this one the most, but Resident Evil 4 really overtook my replaying. I started playing so much Resident Evil 4 since that came out. And I played a pretty crazy amount of Mercenaries in that too. That's still one of my favorite like gaming warm-up practice things. There's just a zombie on the floor. Then you curb stomp him. And then you go, yeah. This guy does get up, by the way. Eventually. He's totally not gone. Eventually, when you come back through here later, he busts that door open and goes into this hallway. This outside hallway is a pretty beautiful, I think this is the east side, right? East side of the mansion. There's some doggos out there. They will jump across and come after you if you go too slowly. If you take too long out here, the pups will get you. But you just run out, you grab the plant fluid, plant food, plant poison, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it is I guess it's poison technically. The function is poison. Oh, and then the pups, and then these ones, they're coming at you. They're coming at you. The doggo hallway. How terrifying is that? Could you imagine being in a hallway like that with that linoleum flooring and have? Oh yeah, there were zombie dogs too. Could you imagine being in a hallway like that with zombie dogs, and then there's also like you gotta put a key into a door?
Barry,
Oh, Jill. Got any good news?
other than I'm still alive in this madhouse? No.
Can't say it's much safer here either.
No.
We'd better secure our escape route first. There's gotta be a back door somewhere.
All right then, let's split up again.
Hey, hold on a sec. Look what I've found.
What?
A can of fizz. It's sure to yellow and mellow those things.
Yeah, you
It's
go.
yours. Hopefully you won't have to use it.
Mellow and yellow.
What about you?
Oh, don't worry. I like the buddy system we have here.
I see. Thanks, I'll take it.
See you later.
Ciao.
Ciao. Thanks. Gave me a can of fizz. Look at that. How nice. How polite of him. Now there's only one place left to go. Well, there's two. There's two more doors we need to open. We have to open the door to the basement, and then there's a door in this hallway. Then the key will be spent. Then the key will be spent. Where is the zombie? Trying to no-scope him. It's probably, he's not worth it, right, guys? What man is? Check the map. Alrighty. There we go. I think that's just the hallway to get towards the plant, but we still need to get something else. Still one more thing that I'm supposed to get here. Where is the dog whistle? So it's got to be here. Nathan hasn't played this game in so long, he's forgetting things. It's been a while. It's been a really... It has been a really long time. There we go. That's open. We're missing one zombie in this hallway, it looks like. Oh, there's a guy. Okay, there's guys both ways here. You don't have to worry about him. You just walk past, because stairway zombie. Beautiful. It might be here. It might be in this room. I don't feel like it is. I really don't think it's here, but no, it's not. Let's see. Let's think, Nathan. Let's think. Might be in the basement. Maybe. 'Cause I don't think we can open this, right? We can't get through here. No. Oh, I have a shotgun, don't I? Oh my gosh, I can just pop him. Right? Just... What the heck? Wow. I can't believe you didn't explode into 50 pieces. I'm offended. Oh, he's just hanging out. He's not up to much. He's not down yet either. Man, he looks like he's just having a rough day. Use your noodle, Nathan. Use your noodle. Let's see. We need to get the fake key. The fake key comes from the dog. The whistle is hidden somewhere. Look at the map. Let's use our noodle. Based on our understanding of how the map works and what we know of it, we can safely say that the whistle is probably in the one room you didn't check on the end of the east hall. Yeah, that checks out. Okay. I'm like, I don't think I forgot. Oh, they can heal me here. There's only enough to use a few times, sure. This place, you can heal, but you can't. There's not really anything else you can do there. I think I can open a lock back on the inside. Is it a book that has the whistle in it? We'll find it. We'll find it. I'll use my noodle and we'll get there. Let's see. Is there somewhere this way I didn't check? There's like 2 doors I can't open on that side. Don't know how I would have missed it. We can just go to the basement next, since that's the last key. It's the last key we have to do. Don't know why I'm totally blanking on it though. Something I've overlooked. Nathan's played this game 500 times and he forgot where the dog whistle is. We'll find it. Fine. Have it your way. These guys just don't, they don't want to give me what I want. That's tragedy. If I recall correctly, I didn't think there was anything that actually was needed down here, but maybe I was wrong. Maybe I forgot the importance of this area. Perhaps. I'm like pretty sure a zombie comes down here after you, right? I know there's a knife. I know there was ammo. I don't think anything's down here though. Yeah, there's nothing here. That's just the elevator that doesn't work, and then there's a cutscene that plays. A bunch of spices I've never seen before. You guys ready for this? If you go down here, this is the only thing that happens. But the only reason to go to the door is to get rid of the key. But now another zombie appears, basically, that didn't exist before. That just straight up follows you here, and you're like, oh my gosh, what do I do? There we go. Oh, you know how satisfying that is. That's what I needed. Cracking open a cold one. My weather app told me that it wasn't going to go over 74 degrees this week when I checked a couple days ago. And it's 84 degrees out. Can you believe that? I was shocked. I was legitimately blown away. Oh, it's 78 right now. It will be 84 in a few hours. It's getting there. Crazy. Crazy how hot it is. Where's the whistle, Nathan? Just go through all the rooms. Don't assume that because you've been through here that you know where everything is. That's the mistake you're making right now. That's the mistake. You probably autopilot grabbed the whistle every time that you played this game. That's very likely it. I do think I'm going the wrong way, but I think I have an idea now. I think it is at the end of that East Hall room. I always skip the B room. I skipped the B room, but the room that I actually ended up skipping, I probably shouldn't have. So I just need to get back to the east side. I'm on the west. I'm in the West Hall right now. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Look at this creepy guy. Yeah, that's not enough. Of course. It's 103 where you are? Where are you, Cloud? That's hot, man. Yeah, I felt totally let down. It ended up being way hotter. Than it was supposed to be. I unplugged the air conditioner. I put all that stuff away. Here in Phoenix? Oh, okay. Well, at least it makes a little more sense over there. I lived in Vegas for 2 years. So I've got some experience living in the desert heat. I get you there. That's what I need the armor key for. I thought about starting to speedrun this game again. And I had that moment of realization. Maybe it's in this room, Nate. Maybe you just missed it. I feel like it is in this room. I feel like this room has the lighter and the whistle. Am I crazy? I just totally walked past it. Guys, what am I doing? I'm playing a game for the first time in a while. That's what I'm doing. I have to be kind to myself. An open journal. The pages are blank. The journal market. Journal market's doing well. Invest. Okay, so we can get the key now. Now I have the whistle. I was like, why did I feel like I already went to the room that had it? And I did. I did already go to the room that had it. Beautiful. Now we head back to the East Hall. Call the dog. We get the fake key off of it. We're good. We're back on track, everybody. We're back on track. I once again know what I'm doing. I once again have an idea of what I'm doing. Phoenix, though. I don't think I've ever been to Phoenix. Maybe I had a layover there once. No, Nate, that is where you need to go. Yeah, but I already opened the door to go outside, so I can just... I don't have to go through the 3 more rooms. I could just go to this one. Not missing anything. I put a deposit down on an apartment in like 2016. I put a deposit down for an apartment in Tempe. I almost went out there a long time ago. I was part of an esports organization owned by, I don't know if you know Suns fan, but he's a Phoenix guy. Owned a Dota team. For their finance guy got busted by the FBI for embezzling some crazy shit. Turns out one of the investors basically just conned the shit out of the company he was working for. It's crazy times. It's crazy times. It was good times though. I was gonna move out to Arizona because they were all out there. But I was doing WCS out in Los Angeles, so that was also really nice. We probably don't need the whistle anymore. Discard, discard. Now we're cruising. Now we're cruising. Is it crazy that I remember there being more music in this game? Are you guys all like with me? I'm kind of like, wow, this game is really quiet. Does anybody else feel that way? I'm kind of just like, huh. It's a creepy ass mansion, dude. It's creepy. I'm so used to music. I'm so used to music in games that this game is it's just like you are just very uncomfortably isolated in many ways. They really nail the atmosphere. I got to admit, guys, if I ever become like a trillionaire, you know, for no reason at all, if I just had ungodly amounts of money, death is the true essence of bliss. I want to party with these guys. Building my own mansion like this, just a full-on replica. Now, one thing people don't recognize is that the Spencer Estate, this mansion in the game, there's only one bathroom in the entire place. That bathroom we saw earlier. It's the only bathroom in the entire mansion. So my hear me out is spend a couple billion building an exact 1-to-1 replica of this mansion, except replace all the death traps with hidden restrooms. Like, just imagine if that, like, right behind this Iron Knight guy, instead of this death trap, like, you put a facade here, and it's just, like, a small toilet, right? You're just, like, you know, like a small half a bathroom. No shower or whatever, but, you know, just put a few of those in there. Hide 1 or 2. You know, instead of getting crushed, maybe there's a sink here, right? So the walls could close in for fun, but I don't know. If somebody got crushed in my house, they'd probably find a way to arrest me for that, right? So, you gotta be careful. I think if I did this to someone, it would probably be against the law. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I could get away with the key mechanism here. But we'd put, like, you'd probably get some level of... That's like, that comes out, right? It comes out. Don't put spikes of death on it, but when it comes out, boom, there's just like a little hidden restroom there. Oh, right. We just needed the key. That's a much later area of the game, actually. We won't be going back to that door for a long time. That's one of the final doors. It's one of the final doors that you open up in the game, actually. It's not the last door, but... dodged him. RE1, such a classic. Yo, Ragnarok. Dude, it's such a good game. It's such a good game. I was saying earlier, Katie and I were talking about how it's been so long since I played... Oh, my... Oh, no! It's a zombie! It's a zombie! Oh, what's he gonna do? We were talking about how it'd been so long since I played Resident Evil 2 and streamed that. It's like, alright, I just gotta play some Resident Evil 1. I gotta just get it out of my system. Play all the games again. Do I need inventory space right now? You could stand to put a few things away, Nathaniel. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say you could put some things away. You could do it. I'll do it. I could put a thing or two away here. I've got an empty shotgun. And no grenade launcher for the grenades. I think it's safe to say we can put that away. And maybe I can take this lighter and just, cook some zombies on the way out. Any chance you'll stream Silent Hill F when it comes out? Maybe. I'll be honest with you. I don't know anything at all about it. You want to give me a pitch on what the game is about, what the premise is? Do we know anything about the premise? Like, who's the character? Where is it set? Do we have a general idea of the story, or is it just like Silent Hill game, but we don't really know much still? I guess I would probably consider it, but I'm not. I watched my wife play Silent Hill 2 remake, and honestly, it was we didn't have any nostalgia for it, so we weren't crazy about it. Sometimes you play a remake that's like really, I don't know, honorable, I guess, to the original material. But then if you're not someone who played the original game, certain design decisions or quirks of the game are going to be like really faithful to the original. But then, I don't know, we didn't really feel like the game had that charm. I didn't feel like Silent Hill 2 really had much charm to it when we played it. Like, walking around that town, like, I kind of get it. Yeah, the fog and these representations, manifestations of the characters, bad acts and trauma, etc. I'm like, I kind of get that, but it didn't feel like there was an iconic place like the Raccoon City Police Department, That was just kind of where I was at. All right, turn the valve to the red side, right? There we go. Plant monster defeated. Jill aura farming in the back, as one does. Jill continuing to aura farm. Sorry, I should probably keep moving the controls around. My wife plays as Jill and I play as Chris when we play Dead by Daylight together. It's a good time. I can't carry anymore. That's fine. That's fine. Just eat one of those, grab the mask, get the hell out of this room. It's in Japan, that's all you really know? Yeah, I'll probably look into it. Resident Evil has a couple of things that I personally really enjoy that I view as being unrelated to like general horror games and stuff. Resident Evil games, if you ask me, they're kind of like Greek epics. Like, it's all about this scale up, this scaling up of the stakes. Oh, hell no, I'm not going over to that closet. I mean, you think that closet, you think I want that closet to open up behind me? Think I want to get jumped by whatever's in there? No, thank you. Oh my god, bro. Bro, put down the pen. Okay. We unlocked it. Is he gonna get up? See Big Red yet? No, now we gotta go do the... oh, wait. He won't become Big Red. Ba-da-da-da-da. There it is. Little arsonist, you. Now the games I'm playing a lot of games right now. I'm playing a lot of games right now. If I was gonna talk about single player games, Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta, I'm still pretty early in it. Mostly just walking around looking at stuff because of how pretty it is. It's like everything I ever fantasized about if the game ever got remade is really the only way I can describe it. It is so pretty. It's so pretty. It's everything I wanted. I was hopeful that game would get remade for such a long time, and it finally did. It's beautiful. I know it's not perfect and people have opinions, etc. But like, as a fellow person who has opinions, man, what a pretty game. I didn't really want them to change much. I just kind of wanted to walk around in a nicer looking version of what I remembered as a kid and also be able to just play it on my PC, right? So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I think I'm done with this key here, right? I have one more door I can open, and then we'll get the inventory slot back. But Metal Gear Solid Delta has been really nice. I'm still like deep into Persona 3 remake. I need to get back to that at some point. There we go. And did I open this door? I think that one's just normally unlocked. What door did I not open yet with this key? The key to go outside downstairs. The key, yeah, it's downstairs. Downstairs here, that's fine. What do I need from this room? Why did I come to this side? I can get another mask, but I guess what I should probably do is think. Yeah, just put some stuff away in this item box before the door handle breaks. There's a post-it note here. I left you some bullets in the room on the right. Feel free to use them if you manage to get yourself into trouble. Barry. What a nice guy. I'm finally going to set up Resident Evil Revelations 2. I haven't made Katie play that with me yet, but I think the time is almost right. Nate, do you really need all this stuff on you? You're kind of cutting through the game like a hot butter through knife. Could probably keep some of the stuff on us here if we want. He didn't drop shotgun shells for us though, did he? Just pistol ammo and fire ammo. Barry's like, put the shotgun away. Go get the grenade launcher. Look at me, I got 91 handgun bullets. How's that even possible? It's because I'm not shooting anything. Alright, put those away. Let's go trigger the sequence where we have to save what's-his-face. Yeah, open it, Nate. Just open it. Let's do it. It's ready to fall apart. If I go through, I won't be able to go back, right? That's the idea. Or wait, no, you can come back from the other side. I just won't be able to go back out this way. This is the last time I go through the door in this direction, right? You use the key. There's no further use. There we go. Beautiful. But then we open up the pathway through the middle here. That's what this is. I think this one we don't touch. This one we do. We need... No. It's not deep red. It's like green, purple, yeah, orange. Green, purple, and orange. Pretty sure. This one should turn purple now. And green. Boom. Boom. Picture of a woman wearing a bracelet, necklace, and a crown. Oh my god, I did it. I did screw it up. Yeah, Nathan, you got the colors right, but they're not. It's not actually on the right images. Now the crows are upset with you. I would just like to formally apologize to all the crows out there. You guys deserve better. This was a moment where I let you down. And I'm going to do everything I can to try and learn from this experience and never upset a crow ever again. This one will turn green from this side, right? Yeah, there you go. Now that one's orange. And now this one is still deep red. We don't need to press that one. We press the other two from this side. Now he's green. Actually, I think he can still be purple, right? The necklace guy. He actually is supposed to be purple. There we go. I think we're there. I think we did it. Right. Right. 3 spirits. We did. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. See, I can learn. I can learn. I can be coached. I'm coachable. And now we unlock it here. Unlock from the other side. Boom. Now we have an easy way back to the center, back to the entrance. I need to double check if I can open that door from this side. I may not be able to open it from the other side, but I think I can still go back through there here. Maybe. The only thing I probably should have set up for this stream that I didn't was the door skip mod. You can get a mod, you can skip the doors opening and save yourself 2 seconds of your life every time you open a door. But now what we're going to do is go trigger the monster to, we're going to save Richard. That's what's going to happen. We're going to find Richard. He's going to be all like, oh my god, I'm dying. And we are going to bring him the antidote from the snake venom. And then that will ideally fix things for us. We'll be in a good spot.
Richard! What happened? You're wounded.
This whole place is a killing zone. There are monsters.
What did this to you?
Real genuine monsters.
Snake. And it had to be poisonous.
Poisonous? Richard, hold on.
It's venomous, not poisonous, but that's okay. I understand you got bit by a giant snake.
I saw some, but didn't bring any.
I'll go and get it, okay? You're gonna make it.
Remember, guys, poisonous means you can't eat it. Venomous means you don't want to get bit by it. Frogs are poisonous. Snakes are venomous. That being said, I'm not a biologist, so it's totally possible that there are poisonous snakes as well. But you wouldn't necessarily be getting bitten by a poisonous snake that would do you in. It would be coming into contact with the poison usually. Why am I rambling about this? I don't know. It's Tuesday. Oh my god! I forgot this guy teleports. I stabbed him. So, oh, the knife is still in the side of his head. Yo, Richard needs me. I gotta totally save this guy. I gotta go get the serum. What's going on? This dude's trying to get in my way. This guy's in my way. My buddy got bit by a snake. I'm trying to save him. Please get out of my way. Is this guy gonna get up? Maybe. Maybe later. I put my knife in his head and I'm not allowed to pull it out now that he's dead. I see how it is. I see through the lies of the Jedi. We'll get the grenade launcher after this. That'll make things easier.
Here, Richard. I'm gonna give you a shot. Hang in there.
Jill, here's my radio. Take it.
He's not going to tell you that the radio's broken, though. You find.
Does it ever not hurt?
He's going to leave that. He's going to leave that for you to figure out later. Technically, I need the lighter before I go into this area. Wow, did I headshot him like that? Alright, maybe it was good I came here then. I gotta get the lighter. That way I can light the candle. Otherwise, I won't be allowed to pick up the music note. That's what we need to do. So we'll go get the grenade launcher. We'll pick up the lighter. And that'll have us mostly sorted. Could do this puzzle too while I'm at it. Nice. Yo, Plague. Finally got your headband. Based God. How is it going? No, I think it was these two pieces first. And then, is it this sword pushes this in? Let's see. Something in this depression, but the grate is in the way. Yeah, the shield faces the knight. So I go shield and that pushes the sword in, I think, right? Yes. You know that you do this one right because when you push the shield in third, the sword puts itself in. And as long as all four of them are in, you can press the button and go get the item. Yo. Thanks, Playbird. 72 months is a long time. Taking life one day at a time. Yeah. The environments are mostly pictures, drawings. Yes, these are all like really high resolution renderings. There's been like, I'm not using the upscale mod, but people have actually already gone through and put all of these through like AI upscalers. There are some pretty high quality mods of this game that have really you can get some better background qualities. Everything in this game originally on the GameCube was like 480p, so it was crazy nice. But now that it's being stretched to 1080p, it still looks pretty good, right? Like, it doesn't look terrible. Technically, it's just because we're in widescreen mode, but if you use the original aspect ratio, you can see the full image. There's parts of the scene you can't see in widescreen, like the top, that upper area. You guys see what I'm talking about? Like the top, just the top of the screen, really. There's more details. This is the original. This is originally how it looked. It looks even a little bit better now, right, when we do it that way. But the widescreen view, yeah, for a game made in 2002, the graphics it holds up crazy well. There's no 3D models except for the characters, which is why they can have crazy amounts of pixels. This was one of like the best graphics game. Like, yeah, the models were really detailed because there's nothing actually being rendered except for the characters. But look at this. Like, it's a pretty game. They were, I mean, between the lighting effects and the jiggle physics, they were very ahead of their time. Here we go. Let's go get the grenade launcher. Yeah, that's your teammate, Forrest. Yeah, this game originally came out in 2002. They remade Resident Evil 1 very quickly. They weren't expecting it to be popular. Like, Resident Evil 1 was basically a cult hit. Like, they were just trying to do an American-style horror game. They were just, that was like their whole thing, the team over there. And then it ended up being really popular, and they had a much bigger budget for Resident Evil 2, which they pushed out really fast. And then Resident Evil 3, and Resident Evil 3 was still well received, but not to the same degree as 1 and 2. And then while they were working on Resident Evil 4, I guess, or whatever it was that they ended up actually doing next, they were like, you know what? We gotta, you know, the first game, we gotta just redo it on the GameCube. We can make it look a lot better. And so they did. And so it did look better. There you were. There you were, and there you were. I gotta press the sun button, right? I just press the two halves of the heart for the sun. There you go. Boom, we got the mask. So we've already got, what, two or three of these masks? We need 2 more. I have to go to the item box and get a lighter. The nearest item box would be probably this way, I guess, right? Can't imagine playing a modern Mario game and not seeing the mustache sweat. Yeah. Hell yeah. Exactly, though. Exactly. Now, Resident Evil 2, that game, people were asking for a Resident Evil 2 remake for a crazy long time. That was a huge deal. They announced they were like so concerned over whether or not people actually wanted it that they announced Resident Evil 2 remake on a Facebook post. They literally did like a Facebook poll on the Resident Evil Facebook page, and we're just like, do you guys actually really want to see this? Because for whatever reason, that was what they needed to do to get it greenlit, but the guy who directed and put the game together basically had to make a whole pitch and pretty much had to convince the people above him at the company to even give him an opportunity to make the game, which was really nuts. I always think of that as just really, really crazy, but it was definitely a part of it, right? They had to really struggle to get that game approved to do. And then obviously it turned into a smash hit. That Resident Evil 2 remake did so well. And then they were worried about it, I guess, being profitable enough because they didn't really take their time with the third game. A lot of people don't know, but Resident Evil 3 remake was actually not made by Capcom. They outsourced it. So it was made by like a separate smaller team using similar, like some of the same assets, but not all the same ones. And it suffered a lot because they didn't have anywhere near the scale of like budget and projects scope and stuff that the guys making the second game did. So obviously Resident Evil 3 remake is a pretty controversial title for that reason, since they ended up cutting out almost nothing iconic from the first game actually made it into the remake of 3. But they were working on, I guess, Village. And I felt like Village just turned into a prototype for Resident Evil 4 remake because they realized that was going to be the big cash cow. And then Resident Evil 4 remake was perfect. I have nothing bad to say about the game. It is flawless. If I tried to like think of my part of the game I like playing the least when I'm doing like a really difficult run, there's just some really difficult areas in the game, but I haven't felt like there's any part of that game that I loathe going through. There's just a couple of pretty difficult points, but yeah, if I could skip the minecart section, maybe. But the thing I didn't like about the original was how much extra crap was in there. And they even though there's still a decent amount in the remake, even though there's still a decent amount of crappy crappy stuff like that in the remake. The original game had just so much like quick time event button mashing stuff, so he's not even down yet. I hit him with a grenade at point blank range. He's still coming. You got walkers all around you. They're in the woods. He's gonna break out into the hallway next. Big companies are missing out hard by not just monetizing services to enable gamers to nostalgia drown ourselves. Nintendo is doing a great job with that. The Nintendo Switch 2 sold more than any console ever as far as I've seen from the numbers that came out. The Switch 2 did really well, and they have their online service has a ton of retro games now. If you pay for Nintendo Switch Online, the virtual console stuff that they give people is... I mean, you can play SM64, you can play Banjo-Kazooie, they got Tooie there, they got GoldenEye, they got all my favorite N64 hits there now. You can play the Pokemon games on there, all officially through the console. That's the reason why Nintendo is still winning, because it doesn't matter if they don't make anything good anymore. You just got to make an accessible platform for the stuff that people really want to have. That is enough. That actually is enough. Crazily, incredibly, incredulously. That's enough. Yeah, that's on the regular Switch. That was the regular Switch. I think they actually do have GameCube stuff coming too. I'm pretty sure there was a remake or a remaster of the original Metroid Prime that came out in the last few years. I haven't played it because money and time, but I think that's an area that they've actually focused in on lately. I don't know if they put Pikmin on it yet. I haven't checked, but I know I'm pretty sure that they did start doing some degree of the they started doing some degree of that with the remasters and the nostalgia stuff. They've been doing much better with it. Of course, the catch is that it's still Nintendo. You don't own any of it. You only get access to those games if you're subscribed to Nintendo Switch Online, which is like $100 a year. So, and you need that to play any of the games online anyway. So it's very much so a value add to a pretty pretty aggressive strategy. You both dislike it, but it's good for the old cardio. Hell yeah. Dude, I got my Century Wave Master punching bag back. I finally got one again. It's been so nice. That's my favorite cardio. That's my favorite cardio, is just thinking about all the time I ever invested into people that didn't care, and then I let out 500,000 punches into this bag, and I feel so good, you know? Very cathartic. Very shonies. Thanks, Nate, for dropping the Switch knowledge. I still have my Switch. I haven't booted my Switch up in an incredibly long time. I don't play it at all because I don't know, actually. The Switch 2 has Madden. The regular one does not. I'm probably not going to buy a Switch 2. Playing Madden on the go anywhere like that, if I wanted to, instead of carrying my Switch around, I could just carry my like phone controller. I've got one of those Jawbone guys or whatever. Like, that's great. I love that. But I need to grab the wooden guy now. I have like one of those phone controllers that's really nice with real triggers and analog sticks, and I'm like, I could just bring that instead of my Switch and remote into my PC, I guess. But the Switch 2 is like $500 or something, so that's an argument. There's an argument to be made there. The last you really played it was 2021. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, the last time I played my Switch was to play this Resident Evil game. I do have this on my Switch. I have this game. I have as many of the Resident Evil games as I could get. I have this HD remaster. I have Resident Evil 4, the original, on it. I have Resident Evil 5 on it actually as well. Lots of great games. Lots of great games. But I guess I'm not really in a situation where I'm just not in a situation where I would be using a portable game that much. I also still have my Steam Deck, which I don't know why. I don't know what I'm doing with that anymore. Yes, we're trapped. We're trapped in here. The person who built this mansion got trapped in here, and he was never let out. And then he was pulverized, starved to death in this very room that we're locked in, and now we're out because we remembered to bring a piece of wood with us. Thank God. Hey, Verm. You haven't played since PS1? Was gonna redo this finally. I'll just watch instead. Hey. Well, you know, Verm, you give me so much good stuff to watch. I was reminded that that used to be what I did for other people, is giving them something good to watch. So happy to oblige. Or try. Maybe I shouldn't say I reached the goal. Maybe I'll just say I'm attempting. Katie and I were talking about Resident Evil this week. So, and honestly, it's only 5 months away, right? Resident Evil 9 is only 5 months away. Isn't that crazy? All right, we turn the big gear to the right twice. That's it. That's all we have to do. Actually, you can turn it either way because you're moving it twice, so. Turn which gear? Turn the large one. Turn it again. That's it, you're done. I'll never forget this puzzle. Like, I could get waterboarded and hung upside down vampire style for like 3 weeks, CIA torture, and I wouldn't forget that. They could never get that out of my head. They could put me through the Winter Soldier program and have me activated anytime I hear Carly Rae Jepsen, and I would still remember the answer to that puzzle. Now we can get the last mask. The numbers, Mason. Exactly, you get it. Technically, I guess I could make a pit stop and grab it from the box, but I might as well just get everything together and we'll just go do it. We'll just go get the snack. But you see, this is why you use the original aspect ratio. A lot of stuff, just to give you another demonstration, you can't make too much detail out in the very top of this scene. But just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about, if I switch this back to widescreen, you'll see that now the curtain is where the camera shot here cuts off, right? So, and it actually is technically just zooming in, really. That's how it does it. That's how it does the widescreen. It basically just zooms in and cuts off the top and bottom of the image, which is still more than playable enough, but you literally just see less. Like, you can't see the ceiling in this room, right? You don't see anything like that. But if you play with the original aspect ratio, then you can see the top of the mirror. It does give a different feel because you can actually, you can see a lot more of. You can see that whole doorway. So. And everything actually looks less aliased because you're zoomed out. It is literally a higher resolution to play in the original mode. Although you would maybe counterintuitively think widescreen versus not. So it's really it's just one of those things that Nathan rambles about when he's playing Resident Evil. And why wouldn't I? It's a great game. Here we go. Snack. There's gonna be a snack in here. We go grab the mask and then the snake appears. Bam, 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 bam. Uh-oh.
Payback time.
Where was he hiding that the whole time, right? I was like, bro, you could have given me your shotgun before. Oh, you got me. I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I'm poisoned. I guess I'll help him instead of letting him die a horrible, painful death. I needed to go to an item box anyway, so... You thought you defeated him.
Richard!
Homie. How about that? You can't see. There's nothing you can even do there. It's got my teammate in him.
Oh, am I poisoned? I need serum.
Yeah, but you're not Chris, so nobody can go get it for you, so you have to do it yourself. It's fine because one of my masks is in a box anyway. Yeah, it's just gave him the slip. Yeah. No, I feel so like clammy playing this game just because of it's just so quiet. There was almost music there for a moment, but the game is really quiet. Catches you a little bit there. Is he gonna get up monster mode now? Are we still okay? I think we're still okay for now. Oh, that guy's actually a big monster. He's up. He's gonna get up probably when I'm on my way back. Go fix your wounds like a boss. Let's put the lighter away. Can swap. Let's get this mask. We could put the grenade launcher away for now, I guess. Beautiful. One of the cool things about playing some of these older games, and this isn't really something that I can demonstrate on stream, unfortunately, but there's NVIDIA released an update for their 4000 series graphics cards that they can do the AI-based frame generation, or frame interpolation is really what it is. But basically, for a game like this, which only runs at a maximum of 60 frames per second, my monitor the graphics card basically, they use it's like AI powered smoothing, but they put a frame in between each frame. So you still get effectively the same input delay of 60 FPS because that's how it works. But visually, you get about the smoothness of 120 frames per second. And that was like a big seller on their 5000 series cards, but they did release that feature for 4000 series GPUs in the last 2 or so months. So I've never actually played this game at 120 FPS because you can't really in that way. So I will say, at least for me, it looks really, really nice. It's very smooth. It's probably going to be one of the best things about playing retro games for people that have more modern PC setups. A lot of games, when you emulate them, or even just old games, a lot of games are tied their engine to the FPS, so raising the actual frames of the game itself can end up impacting the performance and things like that. But techniques like NVIDIA Smooth Motion basically give you the benefits of having higher FPS on an older game, especially without the drawbacks of it affecting the performance. Although real frames are always better. I'm just gonna say that real frames are always gonna be better. But the only thing I've especially enjoyed this for older games that can't do more than 60 FPS. So. Part of why I wanted to play through these games again too, because it does enhance the experience, lowers the frame times as well. By pushing less real frames, in a manner of speaking, it also reduces like energy usage on your graphics card and things of that nature. There's some interesting implications that kind of tech, but especially for retro games, I know people were like stoked. You see me swerve him there? Did you see me swerve him on that second swing? Look at that. I don't have any heals on me. He could have got me. I swerved him. Now we're free. We got the metal. The stone and metal object. Some shells in. Look at this. Like, this game was beautiful for its time. And this room, you hardly spend any time here. The flames are burning higher and higher. It looks as if they'll overtake you any minute now. Like, damn. Look how pretty this game is. You tell me that's not ray traced? Tell me that's not ray traced. It's beautiful though. Now, of course, while people are doing AI upscaling to make HD mods for games like this, especially with pre-rendered backgrounds, eventually someone will turn it into like SpongeBob Mansion, you know? Like, yeah, that's eventually where it's going. Gotta be careful. Gotta be ready. Upscale this image, but make it look like they're in Squidward's Mansion of Death. And it's like, what? Obviously, I spend a lot of time thinking about Squidward. So now we're out of the mansion. We go back towards the gardener's shed. That's where we are. We're going to see Lisa Trevor soon, who is absolutely terrifying. Absolutely not fun to go up against. I don't really need any of this stuff, do I? Let's just keep moving. There's like one puzzle here. We're about to use the radio and find out that it's broken. You ready? You just want both dogs looking away.
Somebody respond. Over.
Barry?
Monster. James. Gun. Ineffective. It's it. Stay away. Forest outside mansion.
She's like, oh, I'm in the forest outside the mansion. What a coincidence. I think we have this one go east now. Oh, north. I blew it. I don't think that's the correct direction. Or maybe it is. Oh, yep, that was it. Never mind. I thought I screwed up. Turns out I did the right thing. Look at that. That gate also doesn't really look very well put together. I feel like you could slip through that pretty easily, even if it wasn't, you know, unlocked. Maybe that's just me. There's a lot of gates like that in the game. Making my way downtown. Just walking, just going for a leisurely walk through the woods. No big deal here. No big deal at all. few different pathways to get up there, huh? Got some herbs outside. They don't let you walk any further in that direction. They're like, no, no, no. You're here for one reason. To get the crank, of course. This is where the crank is. You need the crank in order to direct the sluice gate so that the water can be moved out of the way so that you may proceed to the next area of the game. And there it is. Here you can see her coming right there. You can see her coming in. You see how fast she gets over there? Straight up teleports. And then she teleports you down here. Hasn't actually done anything to you. But then you wake up. Yeah, terrifying, right? You don't mess with her. You can't kill her. But thankfully, they left that wonderful, wonderful green plant outside. It makes all your problems better. Even that, like, attention to detail, even though it's pre-rendered, they overlay some stuff here, right? Like, just the way that puddle looks with the raindrops hitting it, and the fog kind of rolling through the night, like the moon in the background. It's just, every shot is so painstakingly crafted and cinematic. It is, without a doubt, just a ridiculously pretty game. Oh, then there's a zombie right there, but we don't need to deal with him. He's fine. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. He wasn't really supposed to be there, so I'm gonna try not to take it personally. He was just staring at the moon. Yeah, exactly. I'm not here to get in his way. Why would I want to stop him from living his truth? Why would I want to get in the way of you living your truth, Lois? The grass shuddering and all that, it's nice, it's pretty. Maybe they put some pixels on there, I'm not really sure. But to take all of those static backgrounds, all of those scenes, and then painting them as you go through so that it still feels alive without having to have tons of rendered 3D objects, that's what allows everything to look so nice, right? It's like all about perspective shots, and it's pretty. It's pretty. Yeah, we'll take that stuff, because why not?
Just give me a sign. Anything.
Jill to Brad. Can you hear me?
Fire your gun up into the air and go on.
Broken.
That's what Nick Frost would have done. Right, this is where you use the crank. And this is where the lowest resolution video, maybe the second lowest resolution video in the entire game is. There it is. If you look close enough, you can actually count the individual bits in the image. And then you go to this shot where it's zoomed out, and just look how pretty. Look at the light reflecting off of the platform. You can tell that it was just wet. It's just got that bare reflection, like the splash. It's just so the attention to detail, the attention to detail. And then you look at the water flowing out of the grate, and you're like, that looks horrible. That doesn't look realistic at all. But you're like, well, you know, something, come see, come saw. But now we're not inside the mansion anymore. We're moving on to bigger and brighter things. Now we're gonna fight the giant plant monster. We're all really looking forward to that. These crows aren't gonna come after me, right? We're friends. We're friends with the crows. There were seven whole bits. That's like you're trying to find a version of an episode you're really interested in, and you're just like, did some guy record this? Did some guy record this on his Game Boy camera? Sometimes I go look back at the images I have from my old PSP camera way back in the day. The Chato shot. That was the only camera I had because I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't get a cell phone until I graduated high school, but I had the PSP camera. That's how I took my shots. Little guy that just plugged into the top slot on it. And because it's Japanese, they have the really loud shutter sound you can't turn off. And people would just be like, what are you doing, man? Why are you walking around with your PSP making loud sounds like you're taking pictures of everything? And I'm like, because I am. Because I'm 14, bro. That's what I want to do. Okay, what do I need for this part? I think we still need to crank a little bit longer. We will need it at some point. Maybe not while we're here specifically, though. We put that away, and then... Yeah, we'll need the grenade shells to deal with the plant monster. That's all. But we're pretty much there otherwise. We don't really have many enemies to run into, so I don't think we need the shells. Is there a utility item that I have that I will need later? I don't think so. I don't think I need the lighter anywhere down here. I don't think I need the fuel canteen. Yeah, we should be good. If I let myself get one shot, or if, you know, for whatever reason that happens, then that's probably just what needed to happen, so... Giant spider. There are people out there who are like really scared of spiders. It's just fascinating. Bandage with Blood. My favorite book. My favorite educational script. Oh yeah? Yeah, see, just give him one shot. One shot to the mandibles. One shot to the mandibles and that spider. He's off. He's off your case. Just give one shot to that spider mandible and you're good. You just run through this, right? Yeah. You get through it pretty fast if you just button mash. It doesn't really deal any damage. It's a speedrunner thing. Window just open in this creepy cabin, by the way.
No, that wasn't part of our deal.
Like I said, I have my orders.
But it's not necessary to destroy stars.
Don't be a hard dog to get me with a porch, Barry.
What about my family?
I will guarantee their safety.
going on with Barry?
If I play my cards right.
Then you walk in here. He's got something to say.
Jill.
Barry, I heard someone talking.
Oh, you heard. I think age is starting to take its toll. Talking to myself is becoming a bad habit.
Talking to yourself? You all right? What's gotten into you?
I'm getting you worried, aren't I? But don't, I'm alright. I guess this creepy mansion has gotten to my nerves.
You're not in the mansion.
I think I'll go outside, get some fresh air for a change. Don't worry, I'm just going to get some fresh air. If I'm lucky, I'll get to waste some monsters along the way.
There are so many monsters, Barry, and you've actually not really wasted any of them, which is a big part of the reason why we're still in this problematic situation. So what comes next is we go underground. We got to get some keys from some bodies and stuff. Like that, right? Oh my goodness. It's Gamer McGamerson. Nah, we can use the knife, right? Look at that. You can't even, like, see everything because of this. Oh, what a scene. What a camera shot. What an angle. What an angle for that to happen at, right? Just this game is just full of moments like that. Oh wow, I got my dagger back because I blew his head off. That's incredible. There you go. You can use the dagger multiple times. If you play your cards right. Now we go get the key, right? We gotta go do the key, and then we do the other thing. Cause we've got this and that, and this and that, and this and that. The door plate reads gallery. We don't have the gallery key. We're about to, though. We get the gallery key from downstairs, but in order to do that, we need the key to get into the facility, and the facility key is in this room, but we couldn't get into this room until we went into that room we were just in, and now we've used that key. We get rid of that key, go into this room, get the next key, go back to the other room, and then there's a giant shark. His name is Sharky. This is an actual real-life zombie that is just hanging there. Oh yeah, the key's in the bathroom here, isn't it? There's just a couple of ammo things here. Oh, there it is. The self-defense gun. Nice one-shot pistol. Abdullah says, would love to play this game, but I don't think I can deal with the camera angles. Yeah, it's definitely one of the harder aspects of it. It's very cinematic. It really makes the game feel like you're walking through a film in many ways. But as far as like practicality goes. Oh, there you go. So that's the one that was hung up. He's dropped down now. I'm emptying the bathtub. There it is. There's the control room key. Now he gets up. So that zombie gets up to chase you, and then the other zombie drops down to come after you. This moment is pretty tense, but then you just walk away. In Resident Evil, a lot of the enemies can be dealt with by avoiding them. In this game, you hardly have to kill anything to complete it. You can really avoid the majority of enemies. The other games, I don't know how they handle the enemies like despawning in Resident Evil 2. I haven't speedrun that in a while. But in this game, quite a few of the enemies despawn throughout the course of the game, depending on when you get into those situations. So, big game, buddy. Yo, what's up, Click? Big game. It's Tuesday. There's no game on today. Oh, you're talking about Resident Evil. Resident Evil is a pretty big game. Is baseball playoffs this week? Look at that. 22 Magnum just holds 2 rounds and said one of them is spent already, so it has 1 shot. But that's really is, right? It's just like the whole game. In many ways, the game's camera angles, it's just aura farming. Now for this part, we have to push 3 boxes in a pretty specific order into this area because it's all flooded. It's full of water. The water drainage system has not been run in a long time for reasons. And things get crazy. Things get a little bit crazy. Now, see, I'm wondering, though, they made it seem like Raccoon City got completely wiped off the map, like did not exist at all anymore. And then Resident Evil 9 is kind of showing, well, yes, it was blown up, but there's still stuff there. It's not like the whole town was vaporized, which, I mean, I was under the impression from the original games that they dropped a experimental thermobaric warhead that was non-radioactive, but just like a giant firebomb, basically, to destroy all living things, all biological things there. So I can see how they kind of just retcon that into, yeah, it killed everything there for sure, but maybe some stuff was still there. It's been quarantined. And now that they're going with the, oh, see, look at this camera. Look, you got to descend into the water. The controller starts vibrating as you're walking through the waist-high water. It's like, it's really immersive. And then you have some scenes like this where it's hard for them to get it looking the way that they want because they're trying to do a lot. Now we gotta deal with zombie sharks. And then there's a giant shark that comes and one-shots you if you're not fast enough. That music right there is just like, yeah, it's coming. He just jumps out. It's terrible. Yeah, and then some of these, it's like, oof, it's a little bit rough on these, but still looks nice. But blown up on my 27-inch monitor. Yeah, you can. The character model stands out pretty heavily from everything else in this scene. There's the giant shark. Yo, Nate, long time no see. What is this madness you're playing? Yeah. Playing Resident Evil. The controls for the main system. Everything seems to be in working order. Something went wrong while the water was being drained. You press the button to drain the water, and then Big Daddy Shark comes after you.
Unknown source of pressure detected.
Then this automated voice.
Locking all doors to achieve maximum safety.
Classic man. Good to join the stream? Hell yeah. Now this is where you have to release the pressure, right? You have to release the pressure, releases the safety for the pressure shelter, then you try to lower the pressure shelter, then it's going to say that the pressure is off, and it's going to tell you to adjust the oil valves, right? Yeah, there you go. And then it's actually random every time you play the game what it says you need to do here. In case of a drop, open valve 1. That changes every time you play. It's random. Then you press 1.
Reaching 50%.
Thanks for the gift sub. Then you press 1, right? You press 1, and then you have to come back, re-unlock the pressure control system. Then you pull the pressure shelter again. Then it finally does come down once you fix it. If that percentage hits 100, then a shark, that giant shark, breaks the thing open and you get eaten. They don't have a scene for that. That was the CGI for that was a lot. And now we drain the water. CGI in 2002. I mean, think about it this way. The game was released in 2002, but clearly development started beforehand, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of this game was made with 90s stuff. They had some stuff they were working on from maybe a dev kit. Diving suits and nets. You don't think I could use a diving suit here? Don't think I could use a diving suit or a net? No? Zombarks, yeah. The poor sharks are dead? Well, you're about to find out. You're about to find out what happened to the sharks. Click Warrior says Zombarks. Oh? Oh, it's like Flappy Bird. Oh, he's a flappy guy. He's going, screaming, gummity, gummity, yeah. Like a shark out of water. And then there's this big shark. Big shark, and you go, oh, well, allow me. And you try to grab the key, and then big shark. This is gonna match the 90s car. Sure looks worse. It aged well. Now what you do is you push the panel into the water, and then you turn on the electricity. This game, I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. A giant shark definitely died in the making of this scene. Rip Sharky. There was no other way. That's a lie. There's a speedrunner technique you can do to actually get past the shark without having to kill him. But if it makes you feel better, he still, you know, he dies anyway. So your input on whether or not you electrocute him really doesn't matter. Nate, you let the magic smoke out. I was not a zombie shark. There's nothing unusual. Those poor zombie sharks, guys. Who is speaking up on behalf of the zombie sharks? Come on. Can we not rise above treating zombie sharks in such a manner? Is it truly beyond our intellectual and empathetic capabilities? There's Magnum rounds here, but I didn't pick it up and I'm not going to. You don't need it. The Magnum in this game is purely for aura farming, but there's a better one you can get from Barry. You just kill him. So now we can get to the boss. Now we can finally go after the boss. Man, I appreciate the silence and the subtle music. These old games had a sort of special charm to them. Yeah, there's really no music in the mansion at all. And that was something I'd kind of realized again for myself this run. Is the, how quiet this game really is. You saying that reminds me that some of these rooms we're hearing music for the first time now. But it is a very, it's a very quiet, like, there's a lot of suspense building. You're just, like, lonely. It's really lonely. It's like, yeah, I am in a mansion in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night, surrounded by monsters. But for some of these areas, they do finally add music, right? Like, there's music here. This is the last thing I need, and then we can get out of here. There's a map. Take it? Yes. There's a hole in the wall. And then we spray the bug spray through the hole in the wall, which conveniently leads to the wasp nest we could not reach earlier because of all of the wasps. And now there's no more wasps. Silent Hill PSX is top. Hell yeah. The only Silent Hill game I played was the PSP one, actually. And then I watched Katie play Silent Hill 2 Remake. Look at that guy. What a terrible, terrible way to go. So we use the last key we get after we clear the wasps. We take the key by the wasp nest, and that is the key that gets us into this room, which is the room before the room. This one's pretty straightforward. There's some plants here. There's some bugs and stuff. Giant plant is crushing the wall. Angry moths surround it. Your view is blocked by the trees. But here you take a little book out. That doesn't matter. It is a portrait of a woman, in case any of you are people that easily shocked or scared. It's going to be arranging a portrait to rearrange the books. And then the door will open. That's it. The Japanese have no interest for your delicate sensibilities. No. Pretty soon this game will be banned in, what is it, the UK too now? And then you come over here and there's a big ass plant, but we've got the fire grenades set up. We've got the fire grenades set up. Wow, I missed. There we go. There we go. Now he goes to phase 2. And I think he's dead. Yeah, the flame rounds are pretty good against this enemy in particular. Let's get back to electrocuting sharks. Exactly. Hey, remember when I said that there was a key, the last door? We got the key now. Now we can open the last door in the mansion. The last 2 doors. Maybe I should further clarify. The last 2 doors that can be opened. There are several doors that just simply cannot be opened. The 3rd floor is kept highly inaccessible in this game.
Wesker!
Jill, so you're safe.
That's what I was going to say.
I apologize. It was all I could do to protect myself against those strange creatures.
I understand. Anyway, it's good that you're safe.
Daddy
Did you
Wesker.
notice? Barry, you sounded a little flaky.
Now that you mention it, yeah. I'll keep a close eye.
Maybe it's quite natural under these circumstances. It's not really our standard operation. Jill, our first priority is to get out of here.
I agree.
There are still rooms in that mansion we can't get into because they're locked up. I've been looking for ways to...
Okay, if there's anything, I'll go back to the other mansion.
I'm counting on you.
And there he is, sending you back to the mansion. Last squish? There we go. Good squish. Did Barry sound a little flaky? I don't know. Maybe you threatened his wife and children? Yeah, I mean, obviously that would probably be distressing for anyone. Let's all just take a second and admit that. It's not a fun spot to be in. That said, Wesker was operating outside of the jurisdiction of Umbrella. They didn't. I don't think they actually wanted him to completely sanitize the facility.
Come in, Stars Alpha Team.
I think he was acting on his own
This
by
is
that
Jill.
point. I'm not sure.
Does anybody hear me?
I hear you, Brad. Over.
Stars Alpha Team. Bravo Team. Doesn't matter. Respond. I repeat, this is Brad.
Why not? Like Brad's like, you know, even though my radio works, I'm not just gonna fly into town, refuel,
Won't
and
you,
come
Brad?
back because I
Can
got a
you hear me?
helicopter.
Brad. Brad. Shit. It's broken.
I would love if it was just like a inside boomer joke, like they just don't know how. Literally, she just doesn't know how to operate that radio because she hasn't used it before. You know, she's just like if they just took a different approach, where like the radio works, she's never used this specific rate. She just doesn't know how, guys. Turns out it's a weird, complicated radio. Who knew? She had turned it off and back on again. Yeah, exactly. There's gonna be more snacks. Oh! Am I poisoned? No, thank God. That would have been very tilting. No! Trying to admire out here, and they're coming after me. It's so quiet, right? Howl in the distance. Spooky stuff. Spooky stuff. Let me just clear things out here. Yep, I didn't miss there. Careful with the zombarks. Like how I get it, like zom sharks, zombarks. Pups. Well, now we have to fight against the battle toads. This is where the battle toads come into play. If you haven't played this game before, it gets cranked up to 11 here. Gets absolutely cranked up. This is what Resident Evil is all about. It's escalation. In many ways, Resident Evil is a slow motion Aristeia, which is a Greek storytelling facade involving the moment that the hero spends gearing up for the final battle, and you witness them go from dressed in a loincloth to putting on each individual piece of armor. That's basically Resident Evil. You show up, characters like, what is this? And by the time the game is over, you've got a rocket or grenade launcher and you're just kicking ass. And here we go, it's Battletoad. It's Capcom, yeah, exactly. It's good stuff. Look at this HD cutscene of the Battletoad. Oh! I missed. Is he gonna execute me? Damn. He trucked me. Can I have my knife back? No, okay. That's fine. I didn't actually want the knife. I was just testing him. There's 2 more Battletoads in here. Did I one-shot that one? Okay. All right. The acid rounds are actually strongest against those enemies. That's why I'm using them. There's a bit of RNG with the damage. Let's see. You put this away. We can put some of these guys away. We don't need all of it. Keep those guys. We do have a fight. It's the acid rounds are also really good against this snake. So something to keep in mind is we'll probably want to have a little bit of an answer to that too. Can put that away for now. Or actually, I'll go through the middle area soon, won't I? Probably. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I have a feeling I'll have to go to an item box again eventually, so we'll get it. We'll pick it up. Got some herbs. There you go. That's the mansion key. This isn't the snake yet. I think this is a different puzzle. This is the puzzle to get down to the basement. Pretty sure this is the puzzle, the basement puzzle. What you do is you just got to move this statue down to the end of the room, specifically so that it prevents the walls from crushing you. By the way, the walls will try to crush you, as one does. Oh, Capcom are legendary. Again, it's going to be my 33rd birthday. I'm going to be playing Resident Evil 9. I'm going back to Raccoon City for my birthday. How crazy is that? Hey, we did it. Look at us, guys. We saved the city. Another taser battery. There's a hole. You can't see far into it, though. My favorite part of these games. Would you like to just jump down a random hole in the floor? Well, there's no other option for anything to do in this room, so I guess, obviously. There's a key item here. Very important. Eagle of South, Wolf of North. And then there's the diary of a guy who actually was trapped in this room until he died, and that was it. A name is carved, George Trevor. And they put the secret escape under his grave. Gnarly. Imagine if the switch was like rusted shut. I don't need your creepy ass spider guys here. Mm-mm. I think there's a few zombies here, right? What? Bruh. Bruh. Well, at least they gave me another dagger. What the hell? You're not gonna give me my headshot? I specifically asked for it. Let's turn on the power while I'm standing in water. There we go, we switched over the fuse. It's good to know there's no lines in contact with the water, or I would have instantly died. There could have been another failsafe. You're right, chat. There could have been another failsafe. It's possible. Now that I've switched over the fuse, now I can go to the elevator. And this isn't even the part where we go against the snake boss yet. We're not even there. That is next, but we're picking up a battery from the closet. That's what all of this is for. It's to get to the 3rd floor to pick up a battery that is in a closet. And then there's a few zombies here. The zombies are surprisingly tanky against my super shotgun. This door never opens. The knob is broken. It doesn't look like it'll open. Yeah. Oriental scroll on the wall, but the picture on it is Western style. There you go. There you go. Pushing the boundaries of art. Can I kill you in one shot? Yes, but no explosion. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this is where they get you. This is really where they get you. Because you're obviously, like, can only load so much stuff. But I think we can load that. Yeah, we're good. You can actually, even though you only find grenades in numbers of 6. You only find them in multiples of 6. You only find, like, 6 grenades at a time. You can load 8 grenades into the launcher. Even if you wouldn't necessarily think to do that. If you just happen to have 12 grenades, I think you can load like 12 or something up into it. You can put quite a few grenades into it. It's actually extremely ammo efficient in many ways. Where does this take us out? I think we're back in Murder Hallway now, right? Yes, we are. But we don't actually have to engage in murder hallway. There's 2 other things we can do here. I'm using my noodle. I'm doing the noodle dance. Yeah, you just go this way. There we go. And then that door will let us out in that same hallway, but closer to where we want to be, so it's easier to avoid the enemies. This room just has a bunch of eagles, go birds, and they just watch you. The only way to really do this room is you set it up first, and then you ride one corner to the other to avoid the eagle. That's it. But the easiest way to do it is to set this up first. So you don't really need the yellow one. That's for something else. The red, I'm pretty sure the red one is the only one you actually need to get. I can't carry any more items. What a brutal situation. Just burn the first aid. YOLO. But see, now it doesn't matter. Chief of Security. Everything in here is way too secure. Understood. I imagine that's what it said. What else could it say? Why do we need to have an eagle that uses motion detection that you can only take a jewel out of the eye of a bust on the wall? You can only take a jewel out of the eye of a bust on the wall if you happen to not have this eagle looking at you. Mail to the Chief of Security. Why? Why? Yes, our janitor was trying to clean the floors and accidentally triggered the mechanism that caused the knight to come out of the wall and rip the man's face off. And. I have no room for anything in my inventory. We are killing it here. Will I even be able to pick up the thing that I came here to get? If you fire off all your ammo, yes. Actually, you'll be fine. Yeah, you'll be okay. You just got to use all 8 rounds. It's a joke because I don't need all 8 rounds, so it's gonna hurt. You hit him once before you go down because it's this like cutscene plays out while you're going down anyway. He's got a little bit of that glow to him. That's the sound he makes when he falls asleep. He's just resting his eyes. Now, technically, I guess I didn't do what I needed to for that key to be out of my inventory by now, so a little bit of a pickle. There's no real way to get past this outside of just wasting 4 acid rounds. But I'm not backtracking. I refuse. You can't make me. And there you go. Through sheer willpower, I found a way around the problem. Incredible. Great work, Nathan. Alright, he's dead. Now there's just one more door for us to go open. This is that door from earlier, by the way. The knob is broken. Gives you the same answer you get from the other side. That's why you couldn't go in here. Because there was a boss fight. They needed you to enter the room in a very specific way. Pretty, huh? He's resting his eyes. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're resting all right. That's for sure. Oh, there. He's resting. I bet you. It's so quiet. 0 kbps. Yeah. Let's see. Let's back up. Are we good again? Ba-ba-ba-bum. There we go. Test. ZZZ. All right, where are we going next? I need to put this jewel in the box from the downstairs main hall room. There's a room that's an offshoot in the main hall. That's where I need to go. Yeah, if it disconnects again, I'm probably not going to turn it back on, but I think what happened is it's just too hot in here. I guess that's causing the Ethernet on just the streaming PCs having issues. I think it's just because of how hot it is in here, though. That usually doesn't happen. That's what I get for basing my life decisions off of the weather forecast. Don't do it, guys. They'll betray you at the worst possible time. They'll betray you at the worst possible time. Just gave him a little smack. There, we kind of just jam that there, right? That's a good spot for it. That's a good spot for that. And where does this guy fit? He's somewhere here. He's like almost in that spot, really. Let's do him off first. They were kind of into a better spot. Can I kind of slide this down more? How did I even get it in the first time? Wow, game's got me convinced I never had it there. Okay, maybe there's a different way to do this. It's been a while. It's been a little bit for Nathan on this. This is clearly the middle. Right, you can put it in there almost two different ways. But that's not going to fit that way either, right? So one of these has to go a little more towards that inside area. All right, start over a little bit here. No, it's not happening. Maybe like this. It's that jagged edge that's getting me. There we go. Oh, puzzles. Love a good puzzle. There was a brooch inside. Oh. All right, we're almost there. Almost to the end of the game. That brooch will get us one of the last items that we need, and then that's really it, actually. I don't, we need to, well, no. We still need to get the metal ring. You gotta go through that whole thing to get the last umbrella piece. Yeah, that's true. There is one more huge pain in the butt part of the game that we have to do after this, but then we come back to the mansion and we engage the final run. There's just one more section that kind of sucks, but we'll be fine. The sewer part. Like every Resident Evil game has a sewer part that no one likes, so we have to follow tradition and do that next. Now we just got to put stuff away. We'll come back and loot that room when it's time, but everything now is just about getting the metal piece. Just a metal ring. We're going to go through a bunch of work here to get a metal ring. We can put this away for now. This is actually end game. This is for the end of the game is what that is. This stone and metal object is actually for what we're about to do, and then I also need the crank. Nice. Okay, yeah, we're good otherwise. Take a spray, why not? The doorknob has been repaired. It's quite generous of them to let you know when a key is no longer needed. Yeah, that's the best. That's one of the best things about the game. It's not completely designed to make you hate your life, just mostly. I guess the safe room has music. Most of it's very quiet. So we have to go all the way down, put the battery in, go up. Well, actually, the elevator is up too, I think, right? I don't even sure if I remember, but we have to go back over here. We go down, put the battery in the elevator, come back, use the crank to turn the water off so that we can get through the original pathway, and then the pathway takes us into the sewer, and then there's just a bunch of Battletoad guys there. Barry abandons us, we fight Giant Monster Lady again, and Nathan gets poisoned. Maybe? No? Not yet. I'm hanging in there. I guess there's not really a reason for me to panic, but I think back to the speedrunning days. Getting grabbed there and having to redirect is annoying. Super brutal. We got some pups here too. Marathon all RE games. You want me to stream Resident Evil 2 tomorrow, sweet? Is that what you're saying? Maybe. Maybe. I always run past those guys and never clear them, so I don't get to enjoy how pretty this little courtyard is. But now that we brought the elevator up, now we can turn off the water and take the elevator back down since we don't need this pathway anymore. This whole path is no longer useful. And there you go. We can't go back in here. If you want to pour and drain the water 100 times over, I honestly don't know if you can. I've never tried. Can't swim? You want to swim in that? My girl's got combat boots on. Have you ever been in water in full clothes, let alone combat gear? I tell you what, I've been pushed into a pool once or twice, but I didn't have shoes on. Having fallen into a swamp fully clothed, I can tell you, maneuvering in water once it fills your shoes is quite hard. But I think with these boots, I mean, you would be stuck, right? You pretty much have to take your boots off to get through. And then your boots would be wet. That'd be tough. How's one get pushed into a pool twice? Well, like I said, you know, James had a pool, so we would always play Risk out on the deck by his pool. That was the guy whose dad was the mafia guy in New York or whatever. They had a crazy nice house. This kid, we would go over to his place for our parties and stuff. He had a water slide, like 50-foot tall water slide behind the pool, the in deck. The pool was built into the deck on the back of the house. It was all one thing. And then behind that, there was a water slide. But it had a lot of, it was a pain in the butt to set up or whatever. So we never really got to use that. But they were, they had some connections. That's for sure. Yeah. Hexagonal hole. Oh, we need another crank. The crank I have is not good enough for you. It's also when we need the knife, isn't it? Gonna need the knife for this part. Probably don't need the grenade launcher. Unless we really want to. Their parents are like, why don't they ever go over your house? And I'm like, you really don't want to. We'd have like 2 Xboxes set up. She got pizza every time we went there. It was good times. It was good times. I think the last conversation we had before I left was about how they buried a chest full of money somewhere in their huge property. That would have been cool. It's one of those few people where someone would tell you that and you'd believe them. Okay, I have to get the shaft, right? Oh, I don't have it yet, do I? No, there's another part. Yeah, the shaft is not enough. Oh, that's crazy. Where is the exact location? Yeah. If it's still there 20 years later, I mean, go for it, right?
Is that you?
They had the river
Jill?
ran through the back of their property, so we would go like 200 yards behind.
Yeah.
We go like 200, 300 yards behind where all that stuff was.
Are
And they
you
just
with
had like a
anybody,
forest
Jill?
clearing, and we'd just camp out.
No.
We'd pitch a
But
bunch of tents by the
why?
water.
The stars are finished.
Finished.
Someone is a traitor. Umbrella set us up.
Enrico!
Traitor?
Yeah, let's go back. Let's go back to Moscow, Pennsylvania. Let's do it. It's a good time. This scene is insane. Yeah. He gets straight up myrtleized. Whoever did this is definitely a professional. There's only one other guy you've seen the whole time you've been out here. You don't remember what the sound of Wesker's gun going off sounds like? You just heard it like 5 minutes ago. Oh my god, that scares me every time. Holy shit. Oh, I'm awake now. Every time that guy jumps in front of me down the way, I'm always like so disinterested because of the cutscene. More Battletoads. Blue reacted to your shout. He definitely got me. I jumped. I flinched. I'm free. I'll admit that. I'm not too proud to admit that I flinched there. I guess I don't need the square crank anymore. It's all about hexagons now. It's all about hexagons. No, we're just not close enough. Come on. Come on, Lee. Come on. Boulder. Not boulder. Boulder. Giant boulder. A huge boulder blocks the way. Gets me every time. Yeah, that's how I'd feel. It's an awful lot of boulders in these games. Yeah. Yeah, Capcom's giving a lot of hard-working boulders jobs. I mean, if it wasn't for Capcom, what would all these boulders have to do in their spare time? What would they be up to? Probably nothing, right? Probably just being a burden on everyone around them. But here they have a purpose. Here they have a job. If you've ever been terrified of boulders, you know, this game, it's actually one of those ways that you can know that you don't have to worry about boulders, because instead of going after you and your family, the boulders are just in this game. Oh, did I blow him into pieces there? He poisoned me, it says. Nyeh, 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 nyeh. Oh. Oh! I'm about to go off like Ice Cube, and about to go off like Ice Cube, guys. Oh shit! I'm not really giving context, man. I'm so brain rotted from this horrible. I watched so many edits of this horrible Amazon movie they made. This War of the Worlds. It's a movie that's so bad it fascinates me. It's always incredible to think there are people who's, you know, on paper you would say are far more accomplished than I am, but at the same time they put something like that out and attach their names to it for the rest of their lives. It's legendary. He spends the entire movie in front of a webcam, just reacts to everything. There you go. Now that I've explained the joke, you can all laugh. Oh, different animation. That's how you know you're done. Now the path has opened. Yeah, Plaguebird, we got new graded Pokemon cards in. We got new cards. We got Pikachu full art guy here, right? He's pretty. That's PSA 9. Mint. Very nice. And we got a Glaceon EX PSA 10 Gem Mint. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so we got a Glaceon EX and a Pikachu. These are both from 2024 sets. So they're still a bit new, but super high quality, really nice. Pretty awesome. Okay. Let's see. What am I doing here? Run towards where the boulder came from, right? That's the puzzle room? No, that's just a first aid. Okay, we're fine. We got a Skun Tank here. Not having to get them graded or anything. The fact that they just show up PSA graded like that is just freaking awesome. It used to be so hard to get into graded Pokemon cards. Or really graded cards in general. That seems like it's changing big time nowadays. I'm still not even in the beta to roll my own random Pokemon card. Katie got both of those. She's a god. Almost there. You gotta push it off and then push it back on so that it rotates again. Rotate it 360 degrees and then walk away. I believe every American should have a Whalmer card in their home. That's an admirable goal to strive for. I support you, Katie. Come on. I'm like 99% there. Don't do this to me. It's there, okay? It's in. Yeah, we're looking forward to getting more graded cards. I'm just happy, like, the thing that we did to get them, you basically get a random card, like a completely random graded card, so it could have been anything. And we did this one on their new online platform, but the first time that they were doing like random graded PSA cards at GameStop, we got 2 PSA 8 Krabbies from like a 2002 set, and apparently they're somehow worth a lot. Apparently, we got some really old rare Krabbies, but you know what? We got 2 fucking Krabbies. Got 2 Krabbies. Okay? Look, if I'm gonna gamble on random bundled PSA cards, don't give me 2 of the same one. Come on. So anyway, I was really terrified we would get 2 more Krabbies, and instead we got a full art Pikachu and a Glaceon EX. So, safe to say, I think, that we won. We won. You got a stack of old cards somewhere. We got our Blastoise graded. We had an old Blastoise get graded, and that was I think it got an 8 for old cards. They have a special grading system for actual old cards and not just they have a different rating system for them for the super old one anyway. You put the cylinder on the shaft. It's what, 4231 is the code? There we go. Of course, it's like one of those things that's kind of crazy, though, because they definitely enable the addicts. They definitely enable the addicts.
You're safe.
They do, like, you can get a
too,
random
Joe.
card for 25 bucks, or you can get a the values
Noise
are
I
supposed to be
heard
based
brought
on
me
what you
down
spend,
here.
but, like, the fact that they have an option that you
find
can
a
get a
place like
random
this.
card of equal value on, like, $1,000 random
Have
thing
any
is just
idea
nuts,
as to
though.
what might be at the bottom?
That's kind of
There's only
mind-boggling.
one way
They
to
really
find
enable
out.
some degeneracy. The enemy NPCs stay dead when you kill them. Some of the NPCs will get back up and fight you in this game, but it's mostly about how much time you waste. A lot of the enemies despawn when you complete certain game objectives.
It could be a person.
Could be a person.
Jill, go check it out. We had enough surprises for one day. I'll stay here and secure our escape route in case something happens.
Okay.
Still sad over all the early gen Magic cards you sold 50, nearly 30 years ago? Bro, when I was 16, my childhood house burned down. I had so many Pokemon cards. I kept them all in cases and sleeves. I had like 3 binders. I didn't take any of those. Oh man, I had a really nice collection, so I completely get you there. I completely get you there, bro. I had a holographic Charizard, man. That was some good shit. That was my favorite guy. We had a huge collection. I totally get you. Oh man, bam bam. Bam bam. Sorry, Lisa, I don't have time to talk. I don't have time to talk. I had a Curtis Martin jersey card. Some good stuff. Oh yeah, there's just some garbage up here. Let me see if I... Doesn't take inventory space for the taser battery, so... That's why we go with those. Anybody else move large objects in their life around in this exact stance? Because I do. Anytime I gotta move something heavy in my life, I'm pushing it like Resident Evil. Now the real reason is, why can't I ride the cart back? Why can't I take this thing back with the car? You know, that would be nice. Wish I could help you with the values. Here, you want a pro tip? You want a pro tip right here? The PSA, the actual official PSA app, just the app that PSA has a camera function too. You can just take a picture of a card. You can do the front or both sides, and it'll show you other listings. It'll show you other listings, the value of them for graded versions. It'll show you the condition estimate of your card, I think, based on that. Not sure if they do estimates through the app, but we actually check the value on a lot of the cards we pull with that. Just the regular official PSA app, you can just scan and it'll show you all the PSA certified cards that are the same as that, more or less, and you can see what their recent like eBay listings and stuff go for. So if you're not sure what the value of any of your specific cards are, that's a pretty easy way to check. There's no way back, Barry. Why? Well, I've been abandoned down here, guys. Left to my own devices. It's 1998 when this game happens, right? So, hypothetically speaking, I could have a Game Boy. I could have a Game Boy on me. Canonically, Game Boys exist right now. It's not impossible, right? Hypothetically speaking, Jill could have had a Game Boy in her pant pocket the whole time. And we just never knew. But it's entirely possible. Garbage compactor. Compact that trash. Now, where's the YouTube channel that has this hydraulic press? Try the app that sounds convenient. There you go. Yeah, all the super rare cards and stuff that we found recently have just been in Katie's parents' basement because they put the cards in there in binders. Katie had a bunch of her cards in binders and they just put all the binders like in a box under the floorboards. And then pulled them out like a year or two ago, and we got a bunch of them graded. There's quite a few more we still want to get done, but I think the rarest card that we pulled was, at least recently, we got a Cynthia Garchomp all full alternate art, which is apparently worth quite a bit. That's maybe the one card we really want to get graded if we can. I think that might be the most valuable one we've pulled recently, but we also got a couple honorable mentions. We pulled a Ho-Oh EX. We pulled a meow. Hey there. Hey girl. Hey girly. Yeah, you coming to hang out? You want a White Claw? You want to hit this? You have to be a little careful with this because you do run out of time. There we go. Now we can go through the door. Yeah, let me know how that goes for you, El Diablo. Again, my wife and I, that was something we kind of got more interested in. You guys know, like in 2020, COVID times, Pokemon cards kind of got more popular. This is the shrine that monster lives in, by the way. All that stuff got a lot more popular and whatnot, but we really, it's kind of hard to get into graded card type stuff. And even though they've made it easier to get your cards graded, it's still expensive and a pain in the butt. So the fact that there are emerging markets specifically just for getting people directly into graded cards without having to buy them on their own and then mail them in or bring them somewhere, I think that that's something that will probably be very good. The CEO of PSA actually stated about a week ago that August 2025 was the highest sales volume of trading cards ever. So they said trading card sales volume reached about 425 million just in August alone, which is the highest of all time. And apparently the July this year was previously, so they're pushing the ceiling up for the market cap on trading cards more or less. But it helps a lot. You used to not have any good options. You basically had to go through eBay or something, but people being able to get their cards graded through GameStop and not have to mail stuff in, I think, is helping people do a lot more of it. Yeah, we got the full art Blaziken. We got a full art Blaziken too. We got some pretty sick cards. We also got a full art, what was it? The Giovanni's Mewtwo EX. We got like the Mewtwo EX rocket card. That was pretty sick too. Yeah, it was so cool to be able to just like go through a process where we just got these cards and they shipped them to us, and now we just have them, right? It's just freaking dope. I've just been staring at this. Been looking at this all day. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. We got a lot. We got a lot of those. That was one of the few things we tried to get a good amount of packs of in the last year or two, was that big EV set, and we didn't get any of the evolutions. So the fact that we were then able to just get this one card, and it's real and it's here, and it has like its own immediate value retained, right, through nature of it already being graded and being certified. Like, that's just awesome. So on one hand, you just have a great, cool card forever, and on the other hand, if you ever wanted to liquidate it, it's already in the place where it would need to be to do so. And we are almost there. We are almost there. I have another jewelry box. I don't remember this one. Oh yeah, wait, there we go. That was the one inside her room. It's the family. That's a picture of her and her family before she got turned into a monster. Hey, Meta. Your favorite saga, Resident Evil or Biohazard? Oh, there's such good games. Do you have a favorite game? I think my favorite might be the original Resident Evil 2. But this game is also just fantastic. I mean, it's like, I don't want this to come off wrong, but what I'm about to say might trigger you. It's like a McDonald's French fry, you know? I can go to it anytime. It's like the ultimate go-to. It'll never let you down. I could play Resident Evil forever. It's just, there's so many good games. It's just good stuff. That's all. It's like picking up Taco Bell. I'm never gonna say no to it. I'm never gonna say no to that. Nathan's talking a lot about food. I had a croissant a while ago. Katie and I we split a breakfast sandwich and coffee this morning. Oh, there we go. That's it. All of that work was so that we could get this metal ring that goes around this piece. In case you've been watching, you've somehow sat through this whole show. That's what we've been doing. Everything since we left the mansion the first time was just to get that ring so we could get a second block. And now we go into the final sequence of events in the game. But for all intents and purposes, the game is almost over. We are more or less there. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking at this Glaceon EX it's my favorite. This is absolutely one of my favorites now. Look at that. Look at that shine. Look how clean and pretty that is. I'm gushing. I'm gushing. I invested in a dead company because of memes 5 years ago, and now they're profitable and they're doing Pokemon cards, and I like Pokemon cards, so you know I don't feel like I completely fucked that up. I'm glad that it's easier to get cool stuff like that. I hope they keep doing more of that. I wonder what's on the other side of this door. Open it. They give you like 2 confirmations. They really try to scare you here. They really try to scare you. Like I said, I haven't played this in a long time. It's been a while since I've run through this, so I am doing I'm defaulting to my speedrun path. I used to speedrun this game quite a bit. All you really need to know is that I go for any percentage, which means everyone dies. Except me. Obviously. I don't think we need anything else here. The fastest way to complete this game is not to save anyone else, so. I only got stuck a little bit. I accidentally did not pick up the dog whistle when I went into that room at the beginning, and for some reason I wasted a huge amount of time. But aside from that, I think we did pretty well today. We could game over right here. This right here is maybe the last chance I could blow it.
Jill, you're alive. I was worried, because I thought you...
I only feel okay with doing this because I love Barry so much.
Start talking.
Calm down. I didn't want to
Start
do it. Believe me, I
talking.
can explain.
Don't lie to me!
I need that screenshot. What am I doing? That's one of my favorite scenes. I mean, the first time that if you had never played these games before, and then you played this for the first time and this happened, this is the craziest shit.
No time to talk. Jill, hand me my gun.
No.
I can't do that.
Jill!
Barry!
And then the photo of his family. You can definitely beef it here. It's definitely possible. If she attacks you and you're like at the edge, if she hits you like that, you are just done. You will fall off and die the same way. In retrospect, it was kind of risky for me to run to the left. I think you're supposed to circle back around to the far corner first, but... Okay. Wow, she's so random. She said rar. LOL.
This is the photograph that fell out of Barry's shirt just before he fell into the abyss. There's something written on the back. We love you, Daddy, from your sweet daughters, Moira and Polly.
Now, Moira is one of the main characters of Resident Evil Revelations 2. And then you have Barry's gun. But Polly, I don't believe there's any reference that's made to her, or she's not in any Resident Evil media or anything. To the best of my knowledge, Polly only exists in that one specific file in the game. But the other daughter got a whole entire game for herself, and a DLC where it was her too. Kind of interesting. But Polly, I'll be honest with you, you could offer me money, you could offer me cash right now, I couldn't tell you anything about her. I couldn't tell you hair, height, I couldn't tell you if she looks like Moira. I know what Moira looks like, but Polly, I got nothing. I got nothing. Medal of Wolf on the wolf side, as one does. And here, guy, this is the competition. Remember when I said we were competing for the lowest resolution video in the entire game asset pool? You're about to see this. This is the contender, the other contender for number one. Yeah, that's it. That one and the Sluice Gate video. Those are, I mean, if there was a competition for lowest resolution asset in the game, it's one of those two videos. I do not know. Yo, Scoosha, what's up, what's up? You remember playing this game and this was high graphic videos? I mean, this is still one of the prettiest games. This game was released in 2002. It's still gorgeous. It's still gorgeous. But those were like, those videos were some of the only things that they couldn't do pre-rendered, right? They had to CGI them, and that's why they look bad. This whole game would have looked that bad if they had tried to actually CGI everything. But instead, you know, they go with the static backgrounds, they leverage the GameCube's high power, and you just have all of these really good visuals and individual, like, it feels cool when you're like inspecting everything, and you get to learn. You get to learn from, you can either just walk through and take it in, or you can just walk up to everything, press A or X, whatever. I'm using an Xbox controller, semantics. And then it just tell you, like, hey, this is a random door. You can't open it. Why you let me click on the door if I can't open it? I don't know, in case you were curious. We're not here to punish you for being interested in the game. And you're like, oh my god, these developers are geniuses. They want me to explore and learn about the world I'm in. Is this Resident Evil, or is this a healthy relationship? I can't tell. I need my knife back. Yeah, where did it go? Did anybody see which piece of his brain had it? Oh, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, they did a good job. I mean, this game has aged so well. Technically, for those who prefer me to information bomb even more, I'll say this. Oof. We don't want these guys coming back. And they will. Order of operations, Nathaniel. What comes first? We have to get the empty container to refill, right? Yes. That's locked. We need to do the electronic locks first, however. The password, the name is John, the password is Ada. The second password is Cell. I haven't played this game in years. That is burned in there, guys. That is burned in there. If I get sent into the Speed Force and I come back out writing random symbols on the wall, it's probably going to be Resident Evil lore. If I go into a coma and they send somebody into my dream to try to wake me up, it's probably going to be Resident Evil. So be careful, Katie, in case they do that. Send in like a bunch of other people to die first. There we go. Door unlocked. Oh, now look at that graph. Look at that CGI. Incredible. And there we go. All the doors open. Yo, Tank Noob. Thanks for the sub-a-lubba-dub-dub. Appreciate you, sir. And I'll probably be playing Resident Evil 2 Remake next. I might just stream that tomorrow. I'm having a good day today. Magnum. I don't need that. I don't need this. I don't need to show it. You're a beautiful mate, Nate. Thanks, Tank Noob. I appreciate that. I rate 8 out of 8. Gonna go get a plate with Kate on a date. See if I can regulate. It's locked. Okay, I know I need that. I need that next. I need that next. And then I need this. And then I need that. And wait. The key I need to go to that room is in here. That's why you still have to go here, Nathaniel. You still have to go into this room. Technically, this room that I'm about to go in only exists for one reason. To do the puzzle that would have given me the password to the thing that I just did. I actually don't think I need to come in here. You know, it's just, yeah, it's a bunch of x-rays and memos. To use the electronic door, place the initials in alphabetical order. Yes, Cell. That's how you get the password, by the way. You put all those diagrams up there, but I'll be honest with you, I've actually never done that puzzle ever because I remembered the password being Cell from the first game. So I don't know. I've never done that x-ray puzzle. I played this game a million times. That puzzle seems really boring though, if it makes you feel better. Look at this guy. You okay, bud? Look at that. He's got this nice umbrella coat on. He's got glasses. It's a pretty detailed model for a one-off zombie, huh? Wow. Hardly any reaction, just falls over. Facts. I agree. Yeah, but I don't have the tube, right? Fuel may explode. Yeah. There is a key in here, right? There's something I need to get. Or maybe it's just these flame rounds. Which door was the key behind, Nathan? Maybe you have to go into that middle room. Maybe I have to go into that middle room. Yo, Carlina, what's up, what's up? A little birdie told me tier 3 subs help so much with stream visibility, so I'll hook a brother up. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much. I applied for front page on... Oh, wait. I gotta go upstairs. That's where the key is. I applied for front page for Twitch in October as well, so I'll let you know if I get that. I didn't think I would get it for September, and I did. So if they hook me up again next month, that'd be pretty sweet. We'll definitely do some Resident Evil for Halloween. That might be what I do, honestly. $8462. I'll never forget it. Never forget it. I don't have a cheat sheet for this game. If you guys want to audit me, send somebody over to look through my computer and make sure there's no cheat sheets for Resident Evil 1 here. I'm good. Do you guys want to watch the videotape of my teammate that got eaten by a zombie? Yeah, let's watch it. Spec Ops guy here, by the way.
Get away from me! No! Hey! No!
And that was literally as you entered the mansion. And then you ran over to help him. That was the gunshot you heard at the start of the game. Tragic. Tragic. That was an MO disc? Yeah, we don't need that. We're not saving Chris. He's going to blow up with this mansion. Sorry, guys. It's the way it is. Nathan didn't want to do a 100% run today. You know why? Because I haven't played this game in freaking forever. I'll get him next time. I'll get him next time. I think Sabrina Carpenter would probably say that he could help himself, so... It's rusted shut. That's a safe room. This is a safe room, but I don't think I ever usually go in this room. I forget that it's a room very often. There's going to be some big enemies here soon, though. Things are about to get dicey. I mean, is she wrong, though? I didn't know you were incredible at impressions. I love impressions. There was a time in my life when I had better people around when it came to doing content type of stuff, you know? Nowadays, if someone reaches out, it's because they think I'll do something for free, or you know, they've got some sort of last minute thing. But I used to have some pretty good friends in this space that I would bounce stuff off of. Fuel may explode if shaken or jarred. Yeah, that's fine. There's no fuel. There's an empty capsule. Now we get the capsule. Perfect. Look, you're either gonna attack me or you're not, all right? But don't dance around here, okay? You know, don't keep me waiting. I'm not that kind of girl. So now we get the fuel. On YouTube, I saw you do an impression of Day 9 and Rick and Morty, and it was ridiculously good. Oh, my Rick and Morty impression was great, yeah. Maynard, I love Maynard. Bro, if they remake Resident Evil 5, Maynard wants to play that with me on stream, and we make a whole shit show out of it, I'd be down. They need to make more co-op games, just in general, really. Did they ever add official co-op support to Elden Ring? Is that still just a modded thing? I wonder if they ever gave up on that. Do you think that guy's gonna get up? No. If he blows me up right now, I deserve it. That's all. I have not saved the game once, by the way, in this run. So if we die, that's it. There's no... We're like Vegeta at the end of the Buu Saga. This is it. He's been dabbling in Tarkov lately. Oh, man. Dude, somebody tried to get me to play Tarkov. And it went, the conversation, it basically went like this. They were like, yo, Nate, you gotta play this game. It's a super realistic shooter. You have to, like, drink water and patch your wounds and stop bleeding. And I'm like, okay. And then I tried to play some Tarkov. And then I walked up to a ladder to climb up a side of a building. And then I found out that ladders in the game don't work. Like, there are no ladders. You can't climb stuff. And I was like, this is your hyper-realistic game? And then I didn't play it anymore. But I do know a lot of people that like Tarkov. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. But it was fun. It was fun to just play as like a scav and go fight people. I don't think that's considered the morally correct way to play the game, but in my life, I've found that playing games to have fun will generally piss off everybody else that plays them. So you just kind of have to... Comes with the territory. Comes with the territory. There's nothing that angers people more than seeing someone have fun, judgment-free. That's true. Tarkov's a good game. Tarkov's a good game, but it didn't quite capture my heart. Didn't quite capture my heart. And there you go. I planted it, by the way. So now the power's plugged in. Now we can run around again. Now we will not explode. We will not explode. Now we turn on the emergency power system, basically. Ready or Not is pretty much SWAT 5. I never played the SWAT games. The last time I was really playing a lot of shooters, it was probably Rainbow Six Siege. I've spent a lot of time on. Siege is a great game. I've played a lot of PUBG. That's another game I stopped playing because it just never really got any interesting updates, you know. And then they did a ton of crossovers with the mobile game. Did you guys know they did a Resident Evil crossover with PUBG Mobile? Did you guys know you could literally get and unlock and play as Leon and Claire in PUBG Mobile, but not the actual PC game? That's the kind of shit that ruins stuff for me, personally. So, they had an event in PUBG Mobile where there were zombies on the map, and Mr. X would just randomly stalk players. Are you like, you say whatever you want about mobile games, PUBG, but like, you're gonna really tell me that if you were someone who liked the regular game, you wouldn't have thought, maybe, just maybe? Okay, I understand. I'm pretty salty right now. This might be hard to watch. My dreams of playing PUBG as Leon were crushed forever. But now the power is on, which means we can go to the elevator, find the Tyrant, watch him smack Wesker around a little bit. I'm going to turn my camera off for that part. Just joking. The elevator isn't working. You have to operate the switch on the right side. You're not. They don't want you standing in front of the elevator when you press the button, guys. The shark area, yeah. We did a full playthrough today. We did a full playthrough of the game today as Jill. I think I accidentally picked normal mode or easy mode or something. There really weren't enough enemies, but I kind of wanted to just play through the game, really.
Barry's a disappointment.
That's his first words.
He wasn't much of a poker player.
You were behind all of this. Why eliminate stars?
Believe it or not, that's Umbrella's intention.
So having stars nosing about is an inconvenience. You're just like all the other things. A slave of Umbrella.
Damn, Wesker, what the hell?
Smart girl. But I think you misunderstand me. The things you mention are nothing. I'll burn all of them along with this entire laboratory. That will be the end of my connection with Umbrella.
What? What are you planning?
I want to show you something.
Complete global saturation.
Ain't that a pretty smile? Ain't that a pretty smile? This guy at the gym slaps your girlfriend's ass. What do you do?
The ultimate life form. Tyrant.
You couldn't have been experimenting on people.
It's beautiful.
For the sake of this thing?
You'll never understand.
That is what activates the latent virus inside of Wesker that gives him his powers, by the way, is my understanding.
I'll deal with you, freak.
Wesker was experimented on as a kid, more or less. He was also turned into a monster in many ways, but I'm pretty sure there's something about him basically dying that activates him more. Either that or he knew he'd already been at that point. What a pathetic way to die. He's holding something. The discovery of the G virus was in fact 21 years after the administration of the primogenitor virus. The prototype parasite, which we had delivered from a laboratory in France, was administered to the sample specimen. The specimen took in the parasite without showing any signs of adverse reaction. The lack of any reaction was an unsolved mystery, but now everything is clear to me now. The prototype parasite was incubating in the sample specimen's body for 21 years. Yeah, so basically, they set the entire lore up here, all the way through Resident Evil 4. The only thing they don't really mention here is the mold. But the primogenitor virus is more or less, I'm pretty sure that's what comes from the mold, and then they combine that with the parasite from the Las Plagas, which is when they're talking about the laboratory in France. It's kind of what they're... So this game in 2002 ends up tying everything together in just this one notebook, basically. That the parasite was incubating in the body for 21 years, which is crazy, and then it suddenly evolved. So... yeah. Pretty sick. Can't wait to see the look on Alexia's annoying face when I finally announce my research. Oh, this was written by Birkin. Oh my goodness. This was William Birkin's post. I read it with the wrong voice. I'm sorry. You sure I can't just put one more in him for good measure?
What a pathetic way to die.
Then we gotta release the electronic lock. And that's it. That's actually it. There's not much left to do. We're just about done. Especially since we went for the fastest possible ending. Not much else. Not much left. What a pretty game. Might watch the first movie tonight now. The first two movies are pretty good. After the first two, it's pure fan service and not anything about the game's world anymore. It goes beyond off the rails. But the first two live action movies are worth watching. I mean, it's truthfully like the second one. It's the second movie that has maybe the most interesting, in my opinion. The first movie is just a little higher quality production. They took making that first movie pretty seriously, and then the second movie they expanded decently on. And after that, again, just all fan service. Got him. And then you open this giant, crazy, heavy door with the master key. I don't know why all this stuff is here. I don't need it.
I'm running out of fuel. If there's anyone alive, contact me now or just give me a sign. I repeat, this is your last chance.
Uh-oh. And then they do the inventory skill check. Just in case you screw up. The battery is right outside of the elevator. For no reason other than to make sure you have enough inventory space for the rocket launcher. Or the flares, really. They're both interchangeable. You fire the flares, and then you get the rocket launcher if you fight the final fight. But since there is no final fight, this is essentially it. We fire off the flares, the game ends, and everybody left behind gets blown to pieces. So, maybe. We don't know. And there you go. There's the signal rockets. Of all the things to be left here on this helipad, just those rockets and nothing else. Then the helicopter shows up. It's like, would you really risk landing it all the way and not dropping the rope or something? Like, I don't know. Do you really want to get down that low with all the monsters that could still be there? Look at that overhead view, by the way. You can't really see too much of that patio area where Richard was. Then you take off your hat. You're like, damn, Barry and Chris are totally dead. Wesker's totally dead. And the mansion's not blown up when you go for the worst ending either. It shows you this special cutscene that says you screwed up. Yeah, there you go. They're like, oh my gosh, the monster's still alive. I had no idea. I had no idea that it was still alive. Will this monster now be in Resident Evil 2? No. No, it won't. Wow, this credits video is even lower resolution. Good stuff. Shout out to Masachika Kawata. Stay based.
Jill, you did a fine job.
Fantastic. We're really good at the game. Oh, I got a new costume. Incredible. Incredible. No, we're good. All my save slots are already full, so... All my slaves... They're all cleared data, as you guys can see. I lost my progress, but that's fine. I've beaten this game so many times. It's so good. Yeah. You only get 8 slots. That should be against the law as well. That does it. I don't have anything else planned today. That's my stream, guys. I'll play Resident Evil 2 tomorrow. How does that sound? Cool. Great. See you there. Peace.